Alright guys, MTech Guy here, and today we're taking a look at the E60 M5. Now then, does your E60 M5, or any E60 for that matter, have a boot that opens way too fast, almost violently, like it's going to chin you when it's on its way up, and then it's like it's going to smash the rear window when it's gone through its whole travel? Check it out. Now it shouldn't open that fast, and it shouldn't be bouncing around like that once you've opened it, and it didn't do that when the car was brand new from the factory. Okay, so why does it end up opening this fast over time? Well, the boot lid has a spring either side which enables it to pop open like it does, but it also has a shock absorber on the right hand side just to soften that opening mechanism so it doesn't bounce around like that, and it's supposed to pop open and then just gradually open slowly so it's not flapping around like it does, or like this one is right now. But what happens over time is the seals in the shock absorber can start to deteriorate, and then it loses that gas pressure, and that's why you end up with a boot opening fast and violently like this one. So today we're going to fix the issue by changing out the shock absorber. Okay, let's take a look at the part required. So this is the part itself, the shock absorber we're going to be changing out today, and it does come complete with that spring around the outside, just the same as the original one. Now you can get these direct from BMW. They are quite an expensive part, and of course there are cheaper options out there also. Now I've gone for the Tough Support branded one here. I'm pretty sure this was the OEM manufacturer for these. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. And then, as always, there's much cheaper options available on the likes of eBay and Amazon. But this is the part that I've gone for. Hopefully I'll get some decent longevity out of it. Alright, let's take a look at the steps required to get the job done. Alright, so the shock absorber lives behind here on the right hand side of the boot interior panels. You can just about see the spring with that little opening there. So we need to remove this interior panel here, and to do so we need to start off by removing these two plastic clips, one there and one there, and they just twist 90 degrees and they pull right out like that. Same with the other one. And then this is held in by a couple of tangs on the inside there, just fabric ones, and then the edge lives underneath the boot floor here. So we're going to grab it around about here, we're going to pull it out, and then we're going to disconnect it from there, and we're going to lift the boot floor up and then lift it out. So we're going to start off just at the front edge here. You can just about get your fingers under there and feed it off on the top. I'm going to lift the boot floor up, can just pull this one out. So now that we've got that interior panel removed, we've got access to the shock absorber here. Now this end is held in by a small clip, and then at the other end it just hooks on to this little rod here, and you can see if we take a look under there that it just curves around like a little 90-degree bend. So what we're going to do is remove this clip, we're going to slide it off the rod at this end, and we're going to swing it down, and we're going to unhook it from that end. Just be aware that when you do disconnect it at this end to start off with, the boot is going to try and flop down and close on your head, so use something to support it, or just hold it up with your shoulder while you're busy with this. Right, so I'm going to use some pliers just to pull this clip out. Pops out quite easy. And now we can slide this end off its mounting point, and just be aware that boot lid is going to drop down when you do that. And then we're going to drop the shock absorber down like this, and then maneuver it off the hook at the front end there. Alright, so the two side by side, we've got the old one here and this new one here. It does look slightly different. Now you want to make sure that the foam piece is present underneath the spring there. It needs to stay there. And also you want to take note of this little clear disc that's on the front of the original one there. Now that faces the front of the car where you hook it on underneath the boot lid there. Now this new one doesn't have one, but you can make out by the shape this groove here, the one there, and then how this end looks, which way round it should go. So although it doesn't have the disc on here, and the new part you buy might have, but although it doesn't have it, you can see with the groove there you can match up which end's which. So we're going to make sure that this end hooks on first towards the front of the car. So now we can refit the the new part, and this end going towards the front of the car there. And the other end on the wee rod here. Alright, so that's that end connected now. Now with the boot fully open, fully extended, you should be able to just hook that on there. Sometimes you might have to just give that shock a little bit of extension, but I found that there was a huge amount of pressure on this one, so I had to use the pliers just to lever it over the end there. So now that's all in position, we can now reinstall the wee clip. Now we can refit the interior panel here, put the two clips back in. Alright, let's take a look at the before. And after. Oh, there we go, that's much nicer, much smoother. Looks much more under control than it was before. Alright guys, so there we have it. That's that little job sorted, and that boot lid's opening much nicer now. We've got that shock absorber changed out. Now if you found the video interesting or useful, don't forget to give it a like, and make sure you go and check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more BMW E60 M5 DIY videos. Consider subscribing if that's your cup of tea. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.